Hey everybody, expect to see a lot more of this place and a few bike brands which loads of you have been asking me to ride that I've not been able to get my hands on until now. This was a plan from a couple of years ago, but COVID and stuff got so in the way that other things took over and it took a while to get back here. But thanks to Andy Seals, as of next week, hopefully we will be taking out lots of different and interesting bikes. New, old, certain brands that you really want to see that I've not been able to get my hands on before. They are going to be like, first ride, so a few hours with it, an hour or two with it, something like that. So it's not going to be as in-depth as the other reviews I do, but for most people, they want to see the performance, they want to just see the basic stuff anyway, and if anything jumps out at me like, oh my god, the brakes don't work, or something like that. So it's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, I do have a subject for today's video, which unfortunately wasn't entirely related to what I just talked about, so hopefully people understood and skipped on to this bit. If I was a graphic designer right now, I might be slightly concerned. Let's just say that much. I don't know if you've seen what it's capable of doing now with AI-generated imagery and design. You can use artificially intelligent bots, basically, to come up with artwork or designs or pictures, things like that. And the way this works, you basically say, I want a painting of a duck on a rock in Scotland with blue-green water, and I'd like there to be 7 sailing ships in the distance. You can literally tell it all this stuff, and it will come out with various different options that will look real, but it's amazing the quality of these things. And then you're like, yeah, I prefer like version 1 or version 10 better, and then it will start working on that, and you can add things in, and eventually you can have this most amazing, unique-looking artwork or convincing-looking artwork generated in seconds. So if I was, as I say, as a graphic designer, instead of designing something, you would more just describe it. And the better you can describe it, the closer it's going to make the thing that you want straight off. And obviously these things can be tailored for different people's individual needs and systems. Now, as I say, graphic designers may wish to use these things because that will make their work 10 times faster. So rather than destroying their jobs, it will speed it up. I mean, yeah, you'll probably get paid less per job, but you're going to get a lot more jobs and get through a lot more stuff. Of course, a lot of people will say, yeah, but it's not got that human touch. I don't think companies care. It's what it looks like at the end of the day. It's an interesting thought to think in the future just how many jobs will be removed by artificial intelligence. When you say AI, people just think Skynet, the end of the world, loss of some jobs, but you don't realise how many jobs in the creative world AI can annihilate. AI can even make music. You can say to it, and I would love this, honestly, for like videos I do in the garage, and I need like 15 minutes of background music. I could say like, I want 15 minutes and 47 seconds of background music with fades at this point and this point. You could even have programs that you could tell it the style of music that you want, that it will compose the music around your video using visual cues. Now, of course, the human aspect is very important with things like paintings, when it's of people or stuff like that. If someone wants a painted painting, I don't think they're going to want an AI thing on the wall. And that's perfectly fair enough, because another thing to remember is that the AI ones are digital. They might look like they're covered in paint, but they're not really. It's fake. But if it's not a texturized thing like that, if it's just a design, well then, it can be printed, it can be built, whatever it is. And think about how much these advertising agencies get paid. So they come up with a new bold design, and they literally have like a square with a tick on the corner or something, and they're like, yes. Or they take the old logo and then they just put an outline around it and make it a different colour, and they're like, yes, it's so different, so fresh. If those companies can still convince the big names to pay them exorbitant amounts of money to design very basic things, then they're going to love it even more, because they're going to have the ability to just go, AI, done. It's 200 grand, please. I think for a lot of people, it's going to be quite a worrying thing that they're going to naturally dislike. Because it's not going to affect my job, other than, until people are making literally AI-generated content, which they already are. If you watch Corridor, they did that whole thing with a generated character on Instagram that was obsessed with jet skis for some reason. If you haven't seen that, watch the Corridor thing on it. They basically had an AI which would automatically generate imagery of this person, a character walking around a location. It would automatically generate the voice and the movement, everything, and then it would take feedback from what people said to it to incorporate into the next sort of video that it pumped out. Now the thing is, you could have this thing just pumping out a video after video after video all day long every day, And as it turns out for the internet, as you will have seen, actually that's just quite nice because I'm managing to segue 2 videos into one here, most of the stuff you see on trending on social media is fake. And you know it. You know what I'm talking about. Any interaction between 2 people, like some prank or something they're doing, or it's always fake, because it's much easier to fake something than reliably be able to record coincidental instances or lucky happenings. It's exactly the same as that craze that happened years ago when motovloggers realised that if you made videos about near misses, you got lots of views. And then some people were like, well, I'm just going to do videos on near misses. And then they're like, well, hang on, I'm not getting enough near misses to be able to actually make a video, so I'm going to have to start making those near misses happen, or I'll just have to reduce my standards to like that person there, and then I don't know, go, stop! And scream and rev my engine at them, and to make a video, to make content. Faking content has always happened, but now, because of the algorithm, because of the way everything works, they still get more watch time because they get through the algorithm. There's videos on Facebook which are 18 minutes long of people doing what is supposedly some complex and very important step-by-step process to do something, but when you get to the end, you're like, oh, this is just literally a time-wasting video. Now, you might be thinking, come on, people aren't that dumb. They know when things aren't real. This is the level of how much it would seem enough people to make it the prevalent thing that is being shown to you by the recommended, should we say, because that's the point. If it's being recommended, it's doing well enough. I saw a video that clearly said in the title that it was Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, so, there's a first clue. And also, clearly, as good as the graphics are in Microsoft Flight Simulator, when it comes to water, they're not that great. Well, anyway, in the comments of this video, you have people having very in-depth arguments about different parts of different planes over a video of a video game. They are literally talking about how the pilot did this because he was this and this. They are not saying this knowing it's a game. It is not that at all. They don't realise. You'll see people saying, oh, it's so irresponsible. Now, of course, some people could be trolling. Totally, I get that. But as I say, the reality is this content works because it gets people engaged with it. Whether it's because they are angrily commenting on it or sharing it to someone saying, have you seen how dumb this is? It doesn't matter. It's what gets clicks. And the thing is, you can't beat the algorithm. You're never going to know what it's truly looking for. However, you can trick humans really easily. And then if those humans click on the thing, well, then that's doing what the algorithm wants. So what you have to do is not trick the algorithm, it's trick the people. And that's clickbait, of course. So on YouTube, you have clickbait where people are trying to get you into a good video, but they're having to really try it to fight against everyone else who's also using clickbait. But at least their content is quite, it's a good video. They're just wanting more people to see it. And just calling it a plain name wouldn't work as well. Well, as I say, on Facebook, you literally have the entire video, all of the content is clickbait. The entire thing. Point is, fake stuff can still get enough attention to take over and be picked up by the algorithm to mean that the majority of what you see recommended is fake crap. And because the subscription system doesn't work anymore and it's only really recommended that gets your videos seen, it means that you have even less chance of getting seen because people are literally, instead of making content that they're putting attractive titles next to, you have people who are just full on faking it. And talking about faking it, I'm sure you've all seen a thing that's been going on YouTube recently where you basically get spoof accounts that say Telegram as a title, as the the username, and then the creator's name, and then it's like, contact me for a free giveaway. It's fake. All they're going to ask you for is shipping to send you your free thing, and then they'll just steal your money. That is all it is. I'm not doing giveaways. No one is doing giveaways in that method at the moment because it's too difficult to tell the difference between spams and scams, and it's just, you're putting your audience at risk there. Anyway, what I'm basically trying to say here is that with the prevalence of faking content growing, because it's getting through the algorithm to the front, and now the birth of AI-generated content, we could see an absolute explosion in just crap basically appearing in the recommended, because you can literally have a computer auto-generate content, upload it, see how it gets reactions, try again with another one, see how that gets reactions, and if the computer's paying attention to the algorithm, not the human, then it can start really working out what gets people's attention. I mean, let's face it, we all know what it is. Confrontation, fights, boobs, loud exhausts, and stuff like that, it would seem. Oh god. Anyway, till the next one. Bye bye.